Hey yo, what's Gucci? It's me, Bar, and today we're gonna be talking about mouthwashing. You know that game? That game? Mouthwashing. The game I kept seeing on my For You page, so I had to download it and give it a try. That game got dark real quick. Like, you start on there. I already knew. I kind of had a feeling that it would be a horror game, but I didn't know because I kept seeing stuff on TikTok where like the characters doing like silly stuff or like people making jokes and stuff. I'm like, what is it supposed to be, like a funny game or like what is it? Like what's happening? But it's a psychological horror. So my views on it, I think it's a pretty amazing game. I think it was pretty incredible. The story, the gameplay, like all of it was good. I liked all the characters and their backstories and what's going on and how they're feeling. Like you can like kind of see how the characters are feeling, like the way they interact with each other and stuff. So I thought that was pretty neat that they put that in the game. For those of you that haven't played Mouthwashing, I did upload my playthrough on my channel if you want to check that out. But mouthwashing, basically you're in space, you're stuck on a crew with an incapacitated captain. He can't speak, can't move, nothing like that. And then you start unraveling like the secrets of like people on board, basically, and what's happening and what happened and why that message keeps popping up on the screen talking about some take responsibility. Hopefully y'all can understand what I say because I'm not the best at explaining things. Yeah, like how I just said, yeah, I'm not the best at speaking. Public speaking is not for me. So I'm just gonna ramble and hopefully you guys like understand what I'm trying to get at. So basically I thought the story was pretty rich. All the characters were pretty well written. I like how the characters, like the antagonists, I think the antagonists were pretty. The antagonist was pretty good. We play as Jimmy, and Jimmy basically, I realize now, Jimmy is basically trying to convince the player that he's a cool person, like he's trying to help and all that, but everything he does is not helping at all. Like he's just Jimathan the third needs to stop doing what he do. Like he did not help at all. Jim Bob crashed the ship, told everybody that Curly crashed the ship, even though he clearly crashed the ship. Told everybody that he didn't take responsibility for what he did to Anya, and single-handedly killed everybody on the team talking about something, I'm gonna fix it. He did not fix anything. G-Bob need to be locked up. He need to be locked up, tortured in the most heinous way, and then he needs to be hung and executed. Okay, sorry, that was a little bit violent. Hold on. But really, the story was so rich, and then it gets dark real quick once you realize the implications of like all the symbolism inside the game. Like it's just crazy, dude. Like there's a part where it's like genitalia, and then you're having like an ultrasound machine, and then you like go around and you're looking at the like, and it's like little horse creature thing. Oh my god, it's him because he got the thing. I don't know what it was with the horses, bruh. And I knew he wasn't trustable. I kept saying he's not very trustable. Like I was like looking at how the characters are like lined up when they were like celebrating the party thing. He's like all by himself, and then like I was like, he's not trustable, bro. I knew it, bruh. And then when she was like talking about him, like his evaluation, his mental evaluation, where he's like sexually aroused by cartoon horses or something like that, I knew something was up. And then she was like, I don't want to like, and like she didn't want to be around him at all. Like she's like, oh no, I don't want to do the evaluation. And then later on in the story, after she reveals like she's pregnant, she's like, I don't even want him on the ship anymore. I don't want nothing, none of that. Like you can like see like what he did to her was like not consensual at that point. And her chat, like the late night chat she had with Curly when she was like talking about why the sleeping rooms don't have locks on them but the medical bay does, so that's probably why she felt safer in the medical bay, and that's why she locked herself in the medical bay. Like that's like when I read that, like because someone commented that, and I was like, oh my god, like the lore just gets darker and gets deeper. I'm like, oh my goodness, the story is like insane. Like people like and like people call them theories, but like that might not even be a theory. That's like factual, like that actually happened. Yeah, I think G-Bob should like not exist anymore. Jimathan the third, he just really did not help at all. And like someone pointed out that he's synonymous with the name mouthwashing, because when they first discovered all the boxes that were inside the hall, the crate or whatever they were, the little back room thing, when they first discovered that, they were like, she was like, oh yeah, this mouthwash is like pure sugar, it's not gonna help anything, it's not even like gonna help. And then they start drinking it and stuff and all that. it's supposed to be mouthwash. It's supposed to help you with your teeth and all that, but it's actually breaking down your teeth, so it's not helpful at all. So someone like compared it to how Jimmy was and how the whole thing ties together, because Jimmy said, oh, I'm gonna fix it, I'm gonna help, but he didn't fix nothing, he didn't help anything. So like, I thought that was a pretty cool detail that some people might have missed, and I was like, because I missed it, I was like, oh wow, like you're right, because what do you mean he's trying to help and the mouthwash is supposed to help, but it's not helping at all? Like, that's a pretty good, and if the devs actually did like make that like that, I'm pretty sure they did, but that's like a pretty cool small minimum detail that it's going to take people to figure out. They have to play the game to figure out like what's happening. I thought that was pretty cool. Bruh, I like how I gave Swansea like this raspy voice, and then I'm looking at other people's gameplays, and they give him kind of like the same kind of like, no, you told him not to do that. Bro, that joke is so funny. Bro, I gave him this grumpy man personality, and like I was reading more comments and stuff about the lore of the game, because I dove straight into this after I saw it on my For You page a couple of times, like people talking about it, like, oh yeah. And like I saw what I saw was not what the game was about. I saw people being silly with the characters and stuff. So I wasn't expecting to do this. I didn't know it was like that deep, bruh. So when I saw like Swansea's character at first, I was like, man, this man is like a grumpy old man. That's his personality to me. And you know, it did seem like that, but then people were like, yo, he saved that cryopod for Daisuke. And I'm like, dang. And that's probably why he didn't want to see Daisuke suffering like that at the end anyways. He put him out his misery. He probably didn't want to see it no more. So that's probably why he did that too. I was like, oh man, this shot just got freaking deep, yo. Yeah, so basically I really enjoyed the game. Basically, I really enjoyed the game. Let's talk about Curly, huh? Curly kind of, people are like saying Curly was an enabler, and I can see that, because when Anya revealed like I'm pregnant, and then he was like, oh yeah, I could talk to him. Talk is not gonna fix what he did to Anya, because it already happened, right? And then he was like, oh, I'm gonna talk it, I'm gonna fix it, that's my longtime friend. Like, I get that that's your longtime friend and stuff, and like you don't want to like mess nothing up, you know. I get that, but what were you gonna do to help her? Like, y'all in space, she's trapped on the ship basically, you're the captain, she's like, you're not gonna give me the gun to protect myself. Like, and she probably feel like she's like the only woman on the crew too. Like I could probably like see how she would feel like that, like, because what is she gonna do? And then Curly supposed to be there protecting everybody, he didn't protect nobody, so he probably felt like he failed. And then it's like two of his friends that he loves, and like what was he gonna do? Like, I could see like I like how they did like the emotions of the character. They made it kind of realistic, so I like how they did that. Curly, I thought when I was playing the game, it was going through my mind, because like the music started building up. I got scared, I thought someone was chasing after me, but no, you were supposed to be running down to go talk to Jimathon. So Jimathon was down there standing there, and he's like, oh yeah, what are you gonna do? You gonna take responsibility? He said, I got it. He let dude crash the ship, bruh. And I felt bad for Curly too, because when Anya passed away, he was in the room when she did that to herself with the drugs, and like, and she also didn't want to help him, because someone said in the comment, because like she probably didn't want to force feed him the pills, because she knows like what happened to her, and like something about consent, you know. I'm like, wow, like y'all really diving deep into this, like these emotions and feelings of these characters, and I like that stuff. I want to be able to create a story where people can not only like relate to characters, but they can understand the emotions and feelings and why people act the way they act and how they behave. I like stuff like that, where you can relate to characters and how you can like deep dive into like the human experience. Like, I want to make characters that seem human. Like, this stuff could happen in real life. It could happen to anyone. And I like how this story is, because that's probably why people like Anya's character enough. Some people can relate to what happened to her. Not about like being in space and stuff, but like what happened, like her story. Like, some people can relate to that and how they feeling. People can relate to like I like stuff like that, where you can relate to characters and you can try to understand what they're thinking and stuff. I don't want just like a monotone character where, oh yeah, they're lovable, but you can't relate to them. Like, they gain powers and they're fighting. Like, no, I want characters that feel human. So I got OCs, and I'm making sure their story is kind of like you can relate to them a little bit, like you can relate to their actions and why they behaved the way that they did. And honestly, back to Jimathon, you could see that he really didn't care for Anya, because there's a part in the story, like multiple interactions with her can tell you that alone, but there's a part in the video game where you're walking after, like, you're looking for Daisuke, like something for Daisuke, you're looking for he poured the mouthwash on Daisuke. I don't know what he was thinking. Why would you pour mouthwash that Anya just told you? And like that too, he was not listening. Anya just told you that this junk full of sugar and you gonna pour it on this man's wounds? What the freak? Are you lost your mind? And then, like, it wasn't even that too. When you go on, like, that sequence of the game, when you walk into that room, that whole area is meshed out. The whole area is meshed out. So it's like the game, like, is letting us know, like, he didn't, like, take responsibility at all, and he don't even care. Like, she passed away. Everybody else, you could see them, but Anya's body and his eyes, like, he didn't even see her. That's messed. This game is messed up, bro. It's dumb. Like, and it took me so long to realize that joke too. I'm like, dude, like, now that, like, I was reading it at the lore, I'm like, yo, he really did not care. Like, he did not care about nothing. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to fix. You try to help my foot, bro. I think at one point when he was talking to Curly, who was like flaming in space, like he was walking in space. When he was talking to her, he said, I'm sorry. I said, you are sorry. His sorry behind, like, dude was not helping, bro. Kept repeating that throughout the whole game, but I'm gonna fix it. He did not fix nothing. I need him to stop doing what he doing. Put your hands up and sit down somewhere, because you're not helping Jimathon. And it's the way people pointed out Jambalaya didn't care about nobody else but himself. He didn't care about people dying. He just wanted to make sure that that story and what Anya's story and what he did on that ship didn't get out to the rest of the world, because they were nearing the destination or where they're supposed to drop the stuff off to, back to Earth, I think. So basically, he was like, "Nah, I don't want this to get out," and he crashed the ship. And when I read that, I was like, "Wow, that just messed up, bro." I probably already said this before, but honestly, this game is probably the most richest game, like, story I played this year. And honestly, I want to play more games like this. I appreciate this. I want to play more games like this. So if y'all have any suggestions of games that are just like this, where it makes you think and it makes you, like, realize what's going on with these characters, and, like, it has deep backstories for the characters and stuff, you see, like, their motivations and actions and all that, send me the link. Send it my way. I like this junk. Also, guys, I hope you guys like my art. Look at my art. I tried. I was working on it. You know, I did try to color it and stuff, so hopefully you guys did like my digital art. I made an edit. Most people liked it on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. You know, it got a little views, especially because we used that audio with Headlock by Imogen Heap. You know, so I'm gonna play the edit for y'all. Hope y'all like it. Look it up. Look, I hope I captured the characters correctly, bro. Like I said below, you know, I would love to discuss more about the lore of this game. This is crazy. I want to learn more about it, but you know, I thought this game was pretty cool. Some people probably didn't like it, but I thought it was pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna play the edit for you guys, what I made from this art. Hope you enjoy.